and gentlemen, I want to start today by asking you to pause for a moment and reflect. Can you feel the weight you're carrying? That weight could be fear, disappointment, regret, or perhaps the weight of unrealized dreams. It's the heaviness that sits on your chest, the weight that tries to convince you that you're not strong enough to carry it. But I want you to know something today. You are strong enough. The first step in shifting the weight is recognizing the burdens you're carrying. We all have them. Those invisible weights that don't always show on the outside, but weigh heavily on our hearts, minds, and spirits. These burdens often manifest in different forms: fear, guilt, disappointment, trauma, regret, or the overwhelming pressure to be perfect or to meet the expectations of others. The challenge is that we often don't acknowledge these weights for what they truly are. We push them down, bury them deep within, or convince ourselves that we can handle it all on our own. But the truth is, until we recognize the weight we carry, it will continue to influence every aspect of our lives. Recognizing your burdens is more than just naming them. It's about being honest with yourself about what is truly weighing you down. It's easy to dismiss these feelings or try to outrun them. After all, life moves quickly and we can get caught up in the rush of tasks, responsibilities, and expectations. But in the midst of it all, we have to take a moment to stop and reflect. What is it that keeps you up at night? What thoughts or emotions do you push aside because you're too afraid to face them? What is the burden you are carrying, whether it's rooted in the past or something you are currently navigating? It could be the pain from a relationship that ended, the guilt of a decision you wish you could take back, the fear of failure that paralyzes you, or even the pressure to meet the expectations that others have placed on you. When you start to recognize these burdens, you also begin to understand their impact. These unseen weights don't just stay confined to the background of our minds. They affect the way we interact with the world, the way we approach challenges, and the way we perceive ourselves. Fear can cause you to hesitate when you should be moving forward. Guilt can keep you trapped in the past, unable to embrace the present or future. Regret can make you doubt your abilities and hold you back from stepping into your purpose. The more we ignore or suppress these burdens, the more they fester, influencing our decisions, behaviors, and relationships without us even realizing it. Recognizing your burdens doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're brave enough to face what's holding you back. It means you're willing to be vulnerable with yourself and acknowledge the areas where you need healing or growth. By recognizing these weights, you begin to reclaim your power. You give yourself permission to feel what you've been avoiding, to process what you've been suppressing. Okay? It's a courageous step toward healing, because only when you recognize the burden can you begin to release it. In this moment of recognition, be kind to yourself. Don't judge yourself for carrying the weight. Life's struggles don't make you less than, they make you human. Recognizing your burdens is not about shame. It's about awareness and understanding. It's about giving yourself grace to acknowledge what is and what has been without letting it define who you are. This recognition is the first step towards shifting the weight towards a future where the burdens no longer control you, but where you control them. The power of perspective is one of the most transformative tools we have at our disposal. Life can often feel overwhelming, especially when we're carrying heavy burdens, but the way we choose to see and respond to our struggles determines how they affect us. Perspective has the power to shift our entire outlook on life, and more importantly, it shapes the way we carry our weight. How we perceive the challenges, obstacles, and pain in our lives will either keep us stuck or propel us forward. When you face adversity, your first instinct may be to see it as something insurmountable, something that will break you down or hold you back. It's easy to get consumed by the weight of a situation and focus only on its negative aspects. But if you choose to shift your perspective, you can transform the way you approach life's struggles. Rather than seeing a challenge as a burden, start viewing it as an opportunity for growth. Obstacle, every moment of hardship is a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When you begin to see your struggles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones, you unlock a new level of power within yourself. The key to shifting your perspective is recognizing that you are not defined by your circumstances. Life may present you with difficult situations, but those situations do not have the final say over who you are or where you are going. Your perspective is what defines you. Think about it. The same situation can look completely different depending on how you choose to see it. Two people can experience the same challenge, and one may feel defeated while the other sees it as an opportunity for growth. One may dwell on the pain and suffering, while the other seeks out the lesson and strength within the experience. This shift in perspective doesn't mean ignoring the reality of the situation. It simply means choosing to focus on what is within your control, what you can learn, and how you can rise above it. A shift in perspective also means reframing the way you view yourself. Often we carry the weight of perfectionism, trying to measure up to an ideal or a standard that isn't even realistic. But when you begin to see yourself through the lens of grace, you allow room for imperfection and growth. Mistakes and failures aren't signs that you're incapable. They're part of the journey toward success. Instead of beating yourself up for what you didn't do right, shift your perspective and see what you've learned and how you've grown through the process. Another important aspect of shifting perspective is realizing that you are not alone in your struggles. It's easy to feel isolated when you're going through a tough time, but when you change your perspective, you begin to see the interconnectedness of all our stories. Everyone has faced pain, disappointment, and failure, and everyone has the potential to rise above it. In that shared experience, you can find strength, support, and encouragement. When you understand that the struggles you face are not unique to you alone, it becomes easier to trust the process and continue moving forward. Ultimately, perspective is about choosing hope over despair, faith over fear, and growth over stagnation. It's about seeing the bigger picture and trusting that even in the midst of hardship, there is purpose in your journey. The way you perceive your challenges can either weigh you down or lift you up. And it's in your hands to decide how you want to approach each moment. With a shift in perspective, you begin to unlock the power to move forward, to rise above, and to transform your pain into purpose. Letting go of the old is one of the most freeing yet challenging things you can do for yourself. It's easy to hold on to what you know, even if it no longer serves you. Whether it's past regrets, old wounds, or unhealed trauma, the weight of the old can bind you to a version of yourself that no longer reflects who you are or who you're becoming. But in order to shift the weight and truly step into your future, you must release what no longer aligns with your growth and purpose. The old doesn't just refer to material possessions or external circumstances. It often encompasses the internal stories we tell ourselves. These stories may stem from past failures, toxic relationships, or negative self-perceptions that have been ingrained over time. Sometimes we carry these stories because we believe they define us. We hold on to the mistakes we've made as if they are permanent markers of who we are. We may think we are bound by our past mistakes or by things that have been done to us, but the truth is your past does not have the right to control your future. You are not bound by the old story. You are free to write a new one. Letting go of the old begins with forgiveness, both for yourself and for others. Holding on to past hurts or mistakes only keeps you tethered to a time and place that no longer exists. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the wrongs or minimizing the pain. It means releasing its power over your life. It's about choosing to move forward, even if the scars remain. When you forgive, you release the hold that the old has on you, allowing you to make room for healing, growth, and peace. In addition to forgiveness, letting go of the old requires a willingness to release the need for control. We often cling to the past because it feels familiar, because it's something we think we can control. The fear of the unknown makes it tempting to hold on to the past, but in doing so, we limit ourselves. The future, with all its uncertainty and potential, requires you to trust, to step forward into the unknown with faith. Trust that what's ahead is greater than what's behind you, and know that by releasing the old, you're opening yourself up to new possibilities. Letting go also involves shedding the limiting beliefs and self-doubt that have been cultivated over time. Many of us carry the weight of self-imposed limitations, convinced that we're not capable of more, that we're not worthy of better. These beliefs keep us trapped in patterns that do not serve us. To shift the weight, you must shift how you view yourself. Let go of the notion that you are unworthy or incapable of achieving great things. Let go of the belief that your past defines your future. You are not what you've been through. You are not the failures you've encountered. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are a person capable of growth, change, and transformation. As you begin to let go, also be mindful of the people and environments that keep you stuck in the old. Sometimes we hold on to relationships or situations because of fear of being alone, fear of change, or fear of losing something familiar. But not every relationship or situation is meant to last forever. If someone or something is holding you back, weighing you down, or causing you to regress, it may be time to let go. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, who uplift you, and who see the potential in you that you may not always see in yourself. Letting go of the old is a courageous act of self-love and self-preservation. It is acknowledging that the weight you carry no longer serves you and that you deserve a future free from the constraints of your past. It's about stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be, unburdened by what's behind you. And when you release the old, you make space for the new opportunities, new relationships, new perspectives, and new growth that await you. Let go of what no longer serves you and make room for the life you were meant to live. Embrace embracing the strength within is a powerful and life-changing decision. Often we look outside of ourselves for validation, support, and encouragement, but the truth is the strength we need to face life's challenges already exists inside of us. We've been equipped with resilience, determination, and power that can carry us through even the hardest seasons. Yet sometimes we forget about this inner strength, allowing fear, doubt, or the weight of our circumstances to convince us that we are weak or incapable. But the reality is that we are far stronger than we realize. And when we tap into that inner strength, we can overcome almost anything. You desire to be like him. You desire to be like him. The first step in embracing your strength is recognizing that it is already there. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when life throws challenges your way, and it's natural to doubt your ability to handle it all. But deep within, you have the courage and tenacity to endure, to persevere, and to rise above. Think about the moments in your life when you've faced difficult times and yet found a way to keep moving forward. That wasn't by accident. That was the strength within you showing up when you needed it most. The same strength that carried you through the past is still available to you right now. It doesn't fade with time. It only grows stronger when you allow yourself to recognize it. Embracing the strength within also means shifting your mindset. It's about changing the way you see challenges and obstacles. Too often we view struggles as signs of weakness or failure, but in reality, they are opportunities to tap into our deeper reserves of strength. When you face a challenge, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Or how will I ever get through this? Shift the question to, what is this situation teaching me? Or what strength is being developed in me through this? Every difficulty, every trial is a chance to build your inner strength, to refine your character, and to grow into the person you are meant to become. Another essential part of embracing your strength is learning to trust yourself. Often we rely on others to give us approval or to affirm our worth. But when you trust yourself, you recognize that you are capable of making the right decisions, even in the face of uncertainty. Trusting your instincts, your intuition, and your ability to navigate the ups and downs of life gives you the confidence to keep moving forward even when the path isn't clear. Trusting yourself also means allowing grace for mistakes and setbacks, knowing that they do not diminish your worth or ability. Strength is not about perfection. It's about continuing to rise after every fall. Continuing to move forward even when things seem uncertain. The strength within is also activated when you stop comparing yourself to others. It's so easy to look at someone else's life and think that they have it all together, that they are stronger, more capable, or more equipped than you. But the truth is, your journey is unique and your strength is unique. You are not meant to walk anyone else's path or live according to their timeline. Embracing the strength within means embracing your individuality, your journey, and the incredible power you have to create the life you want. When you focus on your own growth and trust in your own process, you unlock a level of strength that is uniquely yours. When you embrace the strength within, you unlock the potential to rise above anything that comes your way. You understand that no challenge is too great, no burden too heavy, and no setback too permanent. You are equipped with everything you need to navigate life's ups and downs. Embrace it. The strength you need is already within you. And when you allow it to guide you, you'll find that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Trusting the process is one of the most vital components of growth and transformation. In life, we often want immediate results. We want to see the fruits of our labor right away. But the truth is that the most significant shifts and breakthroughs don't always happen in an instant. Growth is a journey, and it requires time, patience, and unwavering belief that everything unfolding in your life is part of a larger plan. Trusting the process means surrendering the need for control and learning to flow with the ebb and flow of life's seasons. At the core of trusting the process is the understanding that everything happens for a reason, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. We can't always see how the pieces of our lives are falling into place while we're in the midst of the struggle. It's easy to feel lost, frustrated, or confused when things aren't going as planned. But the process has a way of teaching us lessons we couldn't learn any other way. Sometimes the setbacks, the delays, and the detours are precisely what we need to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Every challenge is shaping you, molding you, and preparing you for the next level of your life. Trusting the process also means allowing yourself to be patient with your own growth. We live in a world that often glorifies instant gratification, where we expect results as soon as we put in the effort. But real growth doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to heal, to change, and to build new habits. Trusting the process is about acknowledging that you are a work in progress and that it's okay not to have everything figured out yet. Be kind to yourself during this time. Celebrate the small victories along the way, and don't judge yourself for the things you still need to learn. Growth is not linear, and there will be moments where you feel like you're moving backward, but that's part of the process. Trust that even in those moments, something is still happening within you. When you trust the process, you also have to let go of perfectionism. We often think that we need to get everything right, that we need to have all the answers and make no mistakes. But the reality is that mistakes are an essential part of the process. They are not failures, but stepping stones to success. Trusting the process means accepting that you will stumble, you will falter, and you will make mistakes along the way. However, each misstep is an opportunity for growth, an invitation to learn, and a chance to learn and a chance to adjust your course. Perfectionism keeps us stuck in fear, while trust allows us to take bold steps forward, knowing that the mistakes are simply part of the journey. There will also be times when you feel like giving up. It will feel like the weight is too heavy to carry, like you've put in all the effort and haven't seen the breakthrough you were hoping for. In those moments, trust the process even more. Trust that you are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. Every difficulty is refining you, sharpening you, and making you stronger. Trust that the timing is working in your favor, even if you can't yet see the bigger picture. Every struggle, every challenge, every setback is shaping you into the person you need to be for the next season of your life. Trusting the process also involves faith. Faith in yourself, in your purpose, and in the timing of your life. It's easy to lose faith when things don't go according to plan, but trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Trust that you are being guided to exactly where you're meant to go, even if the path isn't as clear as you'd like it to be. In times of uncertainty, faith becomes the anchor that keeps you grounded, knowing that you don't have to have all the answers right now. Ultimately, trusting the process is about surrendering to the flow of life, letting go of the need to control everything and embracing the journey with open arms. The process may not always be easy and it may not always be quick, but it is always working for your good. Trust that each step, no matter how small or difficult, is taking you exactly where you need to go. Keep going, even when you don't see the results immediately. The process is shaping you, preparing you, and leading you to the person and the life you are meant to have.